Okay. I think I'm live. Damn, I'm always so confused with this. I'm live, right? I think I'm live. Namdo, what's up? I'm not sure. Okay, I'm live. Great to see everyone. Also, let me know if the background music is either too loud or not loud enough. It's I'm feeling like a jazz day today. Yeah, perfect. All right, wonderful. Good morning, everyone, or good night, depending on where you're from. So, I did create this spreadsheet. How many of you were here yesterday? I think today I'm just gonna continue working on these accounts, and I might buy some more Tradify accounts, to be honest, because you can get a maximum of 15 every single month. That's what I'm thinking. But, you know, I would sit here and do this anyway, so I'll respond to any questions you might have. For example, what firms I would be running, like this specific method on, and stuff like that. Then I'll just respond. But other than that, I'm honestly just gonna get started and start running this. So for those that have not been here, my fund futures, potentially, yes, I will go over them all. I am running, this was my starting balance, the $5,000, and I'm basically coin flipping my way through payouts, because I'm proving you only need a 50% win rate. You don't even need charts to make money if you trade properly. I proved it with Matt yesterday. You essentially double your money and more by just being 50% win rate. So that's what I'm doing. And in order to do that, I just use a coin flip, right? Okay, so I'm not gonna count the first one. Alright. So for the first one, I can also go over like stuff like brackets and stuff like that, but you see, I might as well be live and do this, because I would be doing this offline as well, because I actually make money doing it. Of course, I don't usually coin flip, but it's beside the point. It doesn't really matter that much. So what I do is, let's just start with the first one. So I don't take the first one ever, so I'm gonna say short. I use the join ask, should be fine. Now you can't see the exact orders because my camera is in the way. I don't think it filled. Let me try again. Okay, it really doesn't want to fill right now, because I'm trying again. Okay, there we go. Damn, jumped many times. Heads for longs and tails for short, that's correct. Why do you skip the first one? I always skip the first one because when you type this in the Google, it will automatically flip. I hate when it does that. I hate when it does that. Hello, the faceless man. Santosh, Albert Wesker, Kwang Tiu, Feed, Peng Hunter, Green, Daniel Gofa, Peter Green, Mohammedin, and Prash. I think I got everyone. I don't think I have anyone banned in the channel, so... So, let's see here. I think... So these are the accounts I have right now, and I have around $4,000 to spend with. I purchased 5 accounts yesterday and 5 resets. It's not the most luckiest day, right? It's not the luckiest day, but it's also not the most unlucky day. I've had worse days, but it's definitely not lucky. You should come out with a little less resets on day 1, for sure. At least on something like Tradify. But, you know, what happens, whatever happens, happens, right? Good morning, Thundergard. How are you? I'm still sipping. I've been awake for 1 hour. This is my 3rd coffee. You know, I have a huge problem with caffeine. Yeah, but no, I think what I will do is I'll buy another batch of Tradifies. Maybe I should buy something like My Funny Futures. The thing with My Funny Futures is, I think the price, when you purchase, I think it's actually more expensive But then again, it's easier to pass too. But the split is a little bit worse. It's an 80-20 split. Why my friend futures? Because it's very easy to, it's quick to pass, you know. It's a 2-day pass. Isn't that harmful in the long? Plus, I trust and like my friend futures. What part is harmful in the long run? The coin flip. First time I saw your hair, I thought you were bald because everyone that wears a hat. Yeah, I've heard that before. People think I'm bald. I'm not bald. You know, I've heard that before. Trust me. So there are a few firms. My friend futures is good, right? It's easy to activate. They have a 2-day pass. The only thing is they have an 80-20 split. Alpha is good, but I'm restricted by them because I'm moving live. The other one I was looking at was 3 cups in the morning, 1 hour. Yeah, I need more. It's like, for me, I drink more coffee than water, probably. I was looking at this one. I'm not sure if anyone in the chat knows about this one, but a tweet caught my attention, Blue Guardian, and specifically, I think it's the reserve plan. If you look at this one, what I look at here is the price, hold on, for the 50k, the price, but also there is no DLL in this one, and there is no consistency rule. So this could be something that you could run it on. Another one is funded seat, obviously Top Step, Lucid, but those I'm restricted from. Many likes to, not sure many likes to wearing hat. Well, yeah, but most of them are bald, that's why they're wearing it. They don't like looking bald. So, hello, the Punisher and NQ Futures Talk. Blue Guardian just said, yeah, but I don't know anything. I've heard about them, but what's the new plan? Is it reserve or is it like express? I haven't checked. See, this one I don't like because there's a DLL. How is my trade doing? It's just stuck. And direct, this is straight to funded. Even these you could technically game. I've done math on, at least on Lucid, but it's pretty, how should I say this? It's the math is more complicated for those, and it's not as easy to game them by just going 50% essentially. Is reserve the new one? Seeing familiar names from yesterday, we're building the community. Oh, it's crazy. Anyone showing up really, but again, you know, I would sit here and do this anyway, so I don't mind. And plus, I always wanted to do some kind of challenge proving that, you know, proving everything I say, because I say you don't need to be a very good trader in order to make money trading props. At least right now, you don't need to. Thank you, 44 the Punisher. You too. Thank you so much. Funded Next. The issue with Funded Next, I like Funded Next, but they have a few big issues. If you go here and you look at like microscalping rules, well, I'm not sure. Let's see. They have a strict microscalping rule, right? I see like 40% threshold, 10 seconds. So they have the 10-second rule, but I think 40% of the trades is the maximum you can have under 10%. But the issue is they require you to put a stop loss. That instantly kills the strategy because you cannot use your entire balance as a single stop loss as a trade, essentially. They will deny your payout. So Funded Next is one of the huge ones that it's not gonna work on. It quite simply just won't work on them. Tradify, yes, they have a microscalping rule. It's very annoying, but at least they don't have like the what's it called? The DLL type of thing. No, not the DLL, but the minimum risk reward ratio. It's like Apex, you know, they require a specific risk reward ratio. Wafa, good morning. Smoke Trades, good morning, my friend. How about Blues Blasky? I've heard about them before, but you know, I don't know anything about them. Is it this one? This is consistency. If they have consistency or DLL, then I'm not interested. At least right now, it's much easier to trade something which doesn't have DLL or consistency. I could, but you know, what's the point? Can't we keep the whole DLL as stop loss for the trade? You can, I would need to run the math on it if you have a, like a, what's it called? A DLL as the, okay, so we hit first TP on this one, that's good, okay. Let's run the next one. So the previous one was tails, this is gonna be tails again, okay. It's like in the shorts. Has anyone tried Magnus Strat? Do you know, chat, do you know who Namdo is? I know Namdo personally. He's also a community member, but I know him personally. This guy is pretty good at trading. He trades aggressively, like similar to me. I'll show you. He sent me this today. How do I show this? Watch this. Okay. Meeting you. He got moved live like one day before. Let me do this. I need to log in again. I'll purchase the data. I'm cheap. He was moved live with $40,000 profits. I'm not sure if you saw it, but he's this guy. I'll show you. ND01. I don't know. Did you see this one? This guy on X, right? It's him. Right. He was moved to live with I think it was $40,000 profits or something. He was at day 0, like he needed 0 winning days for payout, and Patak moved him live. And then they, in Top Step, they lock up 75% of your profits, so you get a $10,000 balance, and everything else was locked up in a reserve, they call it. If you lose the $10,000, you actually lose the entire balance, which is 40,000. Good morning, cheesy balls. Yeah, and it's but he's doing pretty well. He sent me this earlier today. He so you can see what he does is he passed some Tradify accounts, and then he went extremely aggressive. He just didn't just go for $2,000. He went for $5,000 on each account. So he trades pretty similar to me. Bro, how much did you spend on resets yesterday? I'll show you. If your plan is to make 1k in 3 days, but accounts that you won't, the math end up making you spend more. Well, I need to think about that question. Here it is. So I purchased the accounts. This is usually what costs a lot. And then resets, I was a little bit unlucky, but nothing major, really. Nothing major. How is this doing? Just hanging around. So I have like $4,000 left, because this was my starting balance, and you deduct this. And then, yeah, well, of course, the cumulative is going to increase as the day goes on. Today I have not purchased anything yet, but it's because I have no reason to, because I'm running these for now. Bro, okay, so what is your question here? If your plan is to make 1k in 3 days, but the account gets breached today, won't the math end up making you spend even more? If your plan is to make 1k in 3 days, what the accounts, you want the math in a... So you mean if I breach the account, for example this one, I breached it, yes, this was a day 1 account, and I breached it, so yes, I will have to reset that, that's true. But it's part of the math, it doesn't change the math. Okay, that's 3 shorts in a row, kind of crazy. Okay. But it really doesn't matter. Of course, it is possible that I could lose the entire $5,000 balance, but it's not likely. I think I did the math, and I should have had like $6,000 to be actually safe with it. But I don't, right? I have only $5,000 for this challenge. And that's fine. I think it's gonna be sufficient. It's a little bit risky because I'm running that many accounts, and especially Tradify. The 40% consistency in Evil makes it kind of tough compared to like 50%. So didn't say GOAT futures. Sorry, NQ futures talk. Yeah, I think aren't they CFD though, or do they have futures? Hi Magnus, because of the 50% flip strategy, is it any better to trade outside US cash sessions? To avoid trend. So now that doesn't really matter. I think it's actually beneficial to trade during the cash session. The only thing is, if you trade with a firm like Tradify, for example, they will you have the 10-second rule, right? And it's easy to hit when you're trading the New York. And the other thing, if you're trading a past account, this is a different thing. When you're trading a fully passed account and you actually use the entire drawdown to make money, I never place a trade in the New York. I only place it right before the New York Open. The issue is that, okay, now we have a nice range. I mean, how much was the range yesterday for the cash session? It opens here. So to the downside, we had like 80 points. And to the upside, it was like 250. So the issue is, if you're aiming for 100 points on day one, well, you won't get it here. But some days, it used to be that you barely got one side 100 points. Nowadays, it's a little bit better, so you can actually throw it in almost at any time. But the issue is, I want either to get blown out or I want to hit my take profit. So that's why I never place a trade after the New York Open. I can place it right at the New York Open, but that's not the flip days. That's when I'm aiming for something bigger, which is after passing. I press the gas, right? Yeah, Funded God is actually trying something. Funded God, are you trading a system? You're not coin flipping, right? Like I'm doing in this challenge. You're trading your own kind of system or something, and that's the thing. Like, look, my point, the issue, or the reason I'm doing this coin flip challenge is to prove that you don't need to be a crazy trader to make it work. My point is that you can take whatever strategy you have. You don't need a course for it. You don't need a mentorship for it. You don't need me to tell you, oh, this is a good strategy. Use this inversion. Use this unicorn. You don't need that. You only need to know how to size appropriately. That gives you such an edge. So of course it's gonna cost a little bit of bankroll, but the thing is, the probability of you blowing an account if you don't know how to trade is also high, because let's say you pass an account and this is your portfolio. If you pass an account, I mean, it's pretty likely. How many of you have ever passed an account and you don't ever even get into profit? You just straight start losing, and then you risk a little bit more, and then you blow out. Never saw even profit. Happens, right? But if you load the truck on the first trade, and you can build a buffer, even if you're lucky, if you can build the buffer, then at that point it's going to be much easier. I mean, you can lose a little bit here, but then you get a few wins. The thing is, it makes it so unskilled, because even a losing trader, let's assume I would be a losing trader. Let's say I suck, right? Even if I suck and my win rate is 30%, even a 30% system with, let's say, 1.5 R, okay? That's losing. Even with a 30% system, I will have winning streaks. And I only need enough winning streaks to, 1, pass the evil, right? And 2, to hit the full port. After that, it doesn't matter if I lose a little bit. I win here and there and I clock the winning days. A losing trader can get payouts. They can. But the question is this worth it when you can literally coin flip it? You need to ensure that you're actually better than a coin flip, because the majority of prop traders, they are not. Right? They are not. And that's the truth. Unfortunately. 9.2% chance of not hitting 3 heads in a row on 30 attempts. I think you want to say for day 2 I bridge, you're gonna reset again. Yeah, I'm gonna reset again, absolutely. But I'm running these first. I'm gonna reset them again, yeah. The resets are pretty cheap. They are like $99. It's not a whole lot. But again, nothing here is like financial advising. You gotta be mindful of your own financial situation as well. Like, trust me, I've traded props when I didn't have like anything, and it was tough. I tell you, it was really tough. But with props, it's like if you get a single payout, your liquid net worth just spikes. Like, imagine you have $100 in your bank account, and you get $1,000 payout. That's a 10x of your cash, of your liquid net worth. That's insane. Like, at that stage, it's insane. So you can get started pretty quickly, but of course you know, it's not that easy. I mean, all of us, we don't come from fortunate, like from wealthy countries either. Some countries, like an EVAL of $70 or $80, that's like a weekly salary or something. No, it's actually here as well. A few weeks salary, maybe even a month's. So, okay, I'm gonna respond to some questions. Isn't it useful to make a spreadsheet to monitor winning days? Yes, I do have a spreadsheet, but I haven't created it here. But when I do winning days, I always mark the last 4 numbers here, and also the firm, and then I count the winning days, so I don't lose track. That's what I also do. But right now I'm still in the eval phase, so I have no reason to do it right now. Good for the futures is like Blue Guardian for the next in E8. They'll CF defense the futures division. Yeah, but do they have the plan? Which is what I'm interested in. I don't know. Let me see. And under solo. Yo, Magnus, most people don't have a financial cushion exactly. So how would someone secure a base payout first and scale risk aggressively? Would you push with negative or full porting? So it's a little bit tough because the way I did it to get cash in the prop firm world was I was pushing the My Fun Futures starter plans, and with that I was like, you just need to make 1,200 and payout, and then, or like buffer, and then you could take a payout. I would use Lucid 25k. They are the cheapest option and easiest to pass. You have like 44% chance to pass if you just coin flip, and they're cheap. That's what I would do, and I would just focus on that account, and of course reset it if I would blow, and try to get a payout. Now, at that point, it's like, what are you aiming for? What kind of payout? Are you aiming for just, because you could technically just flip from the get-go like 5 days. Right? Let's say you pay $70 and then you pass, and then you flip 5 days of $100, take out half, which is $250. I mean, that's $250 payout minus the split, so like $200. But it's still, if you pass on the first attempt, for example, it depends on a lot of things, then you would technically almost triple your money at that point. But honestly, you do need, I would say, whatever you do, the rule of thumb is you have 10 times whatever your cash, whatever you have. So like 10 times the cost of the eval, essentially. That's my recommendation. Again, not financial advice, but that's, if I would do it, that's what it would. So if an eval costs $70, then I would want to have $700 to get. You look much better with a red cap. You think so? Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm still waiting for you to try the Funded Futures Family Premier Plus account. No consistency one day. Oh, all these firms, they confuse me. But right now, it's not going too well. And this is a little bit unfortunate because one of these flips have a 66% chance or 67% chance of hitting. And so far I only hit 1 and 2 are failing. But you know, it could be worse. It could be all red too. Do you trade Asia? Slippage is too bad here. I don't like Asia. And it's slow. It takes ages. My Munchausen's due to perfectionist by nature and fear of losing is real to me. Yeah, I mean, sure, but you know, in prop firms it's just part of the game. You will lose, so you can't really escape it. Hello Anna, how are you? Good morning. Bro, we are trading to make money at the end of the day as long as we are profitable. Yes, look, some I'm gonna be honest, like affiliates, they make, many of them make more money, like it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money they make with the affiliate codes. Like, it's ridiculous. Even small creators make a lot, and they make more with the affiliates than with trading. They don't need to be that good of a trader, because you just make money like doing the affiliate stuff, right? But me, I don't do that. There are many reasons for it, but I don't do that, and I'm not here to try to be right, essentially. Sure, I could trade properly as well, but the thing is, someone asked me in the comment section yesterday, it was Kim. He was like, well, you're not developing as a trader doing this, but look, I could trade as, like, me as well, like, as I want to, but the thing is, like, properly, because I've been trading for many years, since 2019. But why would I do that when this is such a low effort method, and it's zero risk almost if you do it properly? Because you just double your money of your input, even with a 50% chance. I mean, this is even less stressful. I used to look at the charts, right, and try to analyze, like, if this is an uptrend, simple higher highs and higher lows, I mean, I would just go long instead of coin flipping. That's what I would do. And then for reactions, I would look for like a level, for example, this low, right? That would be a nice area to put a short on and expect a small reaction for a flip. But you don't even need that. That's what I'm proving here. You don't need that chart for anything. You almost hit my drawdown, and now it's looking like it's dropping as well. But you definitely need some cash in the beginning. It gets easier later. Yeah, that's with everything. Like, the more cash you have, the easier it gets. Like if you have $1 million and you make 10%, you make $100,000. If you have $10,000, you make 10%, you only make 1,000, and so on. If you have $100, you're making $10. So you can't really parlay it. Have you done maths on it? Magnus, what do you think using martingale, but let's say catching a knife? Every 60 points drop, you buy with one account and go full port. If not, so I have thought about that. Yes, I have thought about it. The issue is you can view the chart as a time series. I think it's called that, time series. So you know how there, if it was completely random, as it would do this, right? If this is the chart and it's always random, it can turn at any point, but it's not really the case, because as you see, you have a trend here and you have a trend here. So let's say you knife catch here, martingale, you buy one account. Well, the issue is you are in a downtrend. So at some point, if you catch a downtrend, you're gonna blow all the accounts because it's in a trend, right? It's not completely 50%. That's why I'm not entering with many accounts as well. Because I've tried it, and when you catch a trend and you try to knife catch it, at one point I tried this system by only going longs, and it didn't work because there was, I think it was a bear market at the time. So I mean, you try knife catching this here, it's not gonna work. You're just gonna blow out. Of course, if you catch something like this, then sure, but you would only buy if it goes lower, right? So then you would only get filled on one account, but on this you blow all the accounts. So I don't think that's viable, no. I'm sure you can make it work, but I don't think it's efficient. Breakout prop. Yes, Breakout prop, I think they do crypto, right? I'm actually pretty interested in it. I have done the math on it. It's interesting because you can take many payouts and it's crypto, like many payouts a day. And I think it's completely automated. But for now, like it's a possible pivot for me if I get banned from futures props. But again, I still have some firms left, right? I haven't clocked the max sim cap on MyFNF futures. I am at like 60,000 something. I have this funded seat, you know. They don't have trader weight, but this is also decent. They have a decent plan, and I at least for now I trust them. And Blue Guardian is something I haven't read on the rules. Maybe they have some weird rules, but for now they seem legit. And of course, Tradify. I'm not live yet, but if we look at this is telling me that I'm getting into the risk zone, right? $28,000 payouts lifetime. I think it's like, yeah, 30,000 is a risk zone. But it's low risk at that point. It's more so if you have a big live balance at 30, or a big sim balance at 30,000, then there's a huge risk they will move you live, I feel like. Because they don't want to pay you out. That's the truth. They can say whatever they want. But the truth is, they just don't want to pay you out, so they'll make you forfeit the profit. Super. It's sad, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm good, Anna. I woke up like 1.5 hours ago. I'm just sipping coffee and chatting with the chat, yapping away. But again, like I would sit here and do this otherwise. Maybe I would watch some YouTube movies, or not movies, but YouTube videos, or scroll X or something while I'm doing this. But I would just sit here and do this anyway. I haven't done these flips in a good while because I've just been running up the alpha accounts. But so here I am doing the evils right now. The start is a little bit slow because there are so many accounts and stuff. When you go for the flip days, you're usually done pretty quickly. But I do think that I will purchase a few more of these Tradify accounts. Another batch, so I'll have 10 of them. The max is again 15 every single month. Then they put a cap on it. I'm not sure how much I made last summer, but then back then I was actually trading legit. You know, I took Top Step, and I made quite a big balance on Top Step. But then again, I did load the truck right on day one when I did last year on Top Step. I think I made like, well, I don't remember how much it was. 30,000 maybe, close to, on day one. But that was on 150k accounts, and I was trading properly, but I was risking hard. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can trade your normal system, but if you change the risk in a way where you risk hard on the day one and then you just use the buffer to take payouts. Even with a stop loss, not with a stop loss, it doesn't really matter. It's up to you then. But the point is because when you pass the account, like the drawdown you have, this is fake. Okay, if you get let's say $2,000 drawdown, it's not real money. You can use the drawdown. Like if you use that $2,000 to make $300, well, let's say you pay $300 for the account. I mean, the risk reward is 2,000 risk for 300 reward. That's terrible risk reward, they say. But in reality, it's a 1-to-1 risk reward at that point. Technically, because you only paid $300 for the account. So, no, Lucid, I'm banned by Lucid, yeah. I'm a Lucid maxer. And I don't want to run it because it's double the price. Oh, I hear an order filled. Did we get blown out or not? Okay, so this was a TP. You saw how close it got to my my liquidation. But yeah, it turned. You know, and there's no point in stressing about it getting close to a level or not. It might just turn. The same thing goes for TP. It's just what it is. It's kind of random in that sense. So let's flip this again. That is 4 shorts in a row today. Maybe this is broken. Let's because hold on. Did this fill? 695708. It should fill soon. Okay. I'm not sure if I have the patience. I don't. I'm gonna try again. Okay, there we go. What about the knife card 60 or 120 points drop all the time? No in between. It could work, maybe, but I feel like it's kind of tedious. But how would you even like do the math on it? I'm sure some kind of system like that does work, because Topstep doesn't like when you rotate the accounts and keep betting one side. I don't remember what they do about it, but they don't like it. So I'm sure if you do that, there is a way to gain an edge in it, but I just don't know how. I haven't thought about it enough. Yeah. Google manipulate cheesy balls. You know, I did a coin flip simulator once, and I got 141 tails before I got 2 heads. What is that? Like that, we are talking about a probability which, if it's true, it's way more unlikely than me winning the lottery, right? I don't know, man. It wasn't this one. It was the coin flip simulator or something. It was the first one that pops up. But I'll just use this one now. It doesn't really matter, because imagine it's rigged but in my favor, then I win everything here. So, whatever. Yeah. It was crazy. I was literally, I was screenshotting and showing it to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT was like, nah, I don't believe you. Unbelievable. Like, I'm telling you, this is happening, and it wasn't believing me. Even AI. If that were to happen. What do you mean if that were to happen? It's literally happening. I made an Excel yesterday with those from trying to find the best plan. Well, I mean, it's pretty easy, right? You want a big split, so 90% split is obviously tends to be the industry standard for the best split, and you want a low price. And then, of course, 50% consistency is better than 40% consistency by like a few percentiles. So 50% consistency, 90% split, and then such a low price as low price as possible. Then it's gonna work, and it's probably gonna be the best one. And I can tell you right now, it's probably Lucid. Lucid they are pretty aggressive with their pricing right now because they still want to expand. Unfortunately, I believe Lucid is also going to start raising prices and stuff like that, especially with the way AJ, their CEO, is acting. So, yeah. Another thing is, when I purchase these accounts, I use the code SMART. I am not affiliated with them, but they give you a kickback. I'll show you. They give you a kickback if you use their code, and if you get a payout that month, you get like 800 points for free. 800 points is enough to purchase a 25k account at Lucid, for example. So I was thinking, I'm not sure how long I'm gonna get these streams, like have them going for, but it's possible if I can get a payout, for example, or if I can, spend enough to get that, I'll give it away, at least one account to someone in the chat. with the smart points. But general, you should, if you're using like affiliate codes, it doesn't make sense not to use the smart one because it actually gives you a kickback. And if you get a payout, you essentially get another 25k eval for free. Let me see where the okay, so look at this. Like 800 points. Let me see. It's enough. There are many like this. I think there's the lab or something. Okay, I can't get in. But you see, you can just purchase these accounts. This one is 975, but that's 50k. So my point is, if you're using affiliate codes, if you don't know what you're putting there, just put in smart, man. Like it's, again, I'm not affiliated with them or something similar, but that's like a kickback for yourself. It's around 6% on every purchase you make. So that's what I've been doing, because I don't use affiliate codes. I don't have my own code either. And I don't get paid by Brian Stonk and those who'll run it. I think the lab as well has one, like Kane and stuff. Yeah, Cheesy Boss, I'm telling you, it's super easy. You literally just sync your accounts and then you use code SMART and it will give you a kickback every single time. That's what I've been doing. And it's good because it helps me as well. So it makes a lot of sense. Uno reverse, and I thought it's only us who get hurt by the flips and random number generators. Yeah, I mean, you know, for the My Friend Future streams, this is literally what I do. Like, I will run random number generator like this. I will wait for the sheet to fill, and then I'll run, let's say 250 entries. I'll add 250 here, and then I start spamming these, right? Like so. That's what I do. And then I take the numbers sometimes and give it to the chat. This is the way I trust it the most. And if they're a cheater, then I will eliminate them and reroll just. Okay, Nakulesh, do you shoot for 2k or 1k in 25k flex funded? On Lucid 25k, I would go for 2k, yeah. I would. I feel like 2000 makes it's, you only have a 33% chance of hitting it, yes, but I would still go for it. Like, the thing is, when I did the math yesterday, I was only doing for a 1-to-1. You're risking 2000 to make 2000. That's a 1-to-1, right? But in reality, is the more you make day one, the better it is, the better ROI it is. So it actually pays. But of course, you will blow a lot more as well. So you need to you need to have cash for it. But you see, okay, look at this. If day one, this is very simple, but think about it. Day one, you get 2000 DLL, okay? This is your drawdown. Now you coin flip it and you make $2,000 or you blow out. That's terrible. Okay, you make another $2,000. Now you have 2,000 plus 2,000. If you hit that, then that means that day one, you just hit the take profit. You make $2,000. Now you have $4,000 drawdown. What happens if you treat this as a new fresh account on day one and you flip it again? You risk the entire drawdown again. This is what you used to do at Top Step. To make another $4,000, that's a 50% chance of you making another $4,000 at that point. And you would have $6,000 in profit day one. That's all what I did always. That was when oil was popping. It was very easy then because it was, very volatile. I was doing multiple accounts, but even with Nasdaq, you could do it. So my point is that if you take a win on any day, really, on prop firms, and you are actually using the entire drawdown, it makes a lot more sense to push for more. It does, at least mathematically. And because if this account costs you $300 and you make $2,000 and then you bet again to make another $4,000, then you are at $6,000. You're literally risking $300 to make $6,000. How are you going to lose doing that? You could probably even have a negative win rate and win with that. Like, genuinely. This is almost a TP as well. But yeah, I would if I was starting this out, I would go with the Lucid 25Ks. That's what I would do because they have, it's easier to pass, right? I don't know if I need to even show it, but look at this. You see the profit target here, 1,250. On all other firms on the 25K, it's 1,500. This ups your chances or odds of passing by like 10%, and it's the cheapest option as well, I think. So yeah, you can use odd or even, that's true. I think I've actually done it, but it was a very short time. 150k, yes, I have run 150k, but they are ridiculously expensive. Like, I think in order to run it across many firms, I don't remember how I did the math, but I think you needed like $100,000-$200,000 to be safe with it and like guarantee. I think I spent like $40,000 on, or $30,000 maybe, on 150k account, and I got very unlucky on them. Still, I made like $10,000 on it, but mentally it wasn't nice. So I wouldn't say 150k accounts are, like, dollar-wise, the return you get is good, but it's so ridiculously expensive, and it's tough for your mental as well. It's not nice going down tens of thousands of dollars. It's not nice, even if you trust it. And it's difficult as well to pass in comparison to 50k. 50k is just the all-around best. It's better than 25k, unless it's Lucid. Then 25k can actually be better. Blue Guardian Standard then is better option than Tradify Growth, but I don't go with Tradify Growth, I go with the Select. So I'm not sure about the growth payout rules, but okay, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to reset this one. 6547. Let me see. How do I do that? Okay, hide failed. Reset. And I did move, because I did an accidental card payment, I did remove that from the wallet as well. I'm gonna reset this. It's gonna be the first expense of today. Okay, do that. And the amount. Right. We go back to the Tradify. So that's gonna be the first expense. And actually I hear the... Oh, I just heard the reset sound. I thought it was my TP. You can't hear it because the music is coming from another tab. Damn, it's holding this for a long time. It says one reset, and that's gonna be $1.99. So I've officially spent over $1,000 now. But tell me, like, how many of you are just watching me crash and burn, or just checking if I make this work, and how many of you are actually interested in trying something similar out? No, maybe not with a coin flip, but the risk-wise, like the sizing-wise. Because I'm telling you right now, I think what I'm showing you here has way more value than many courses which are paid. Because it's all about like risking properly. You know, front loading your risk and then flipping. It doesn't really matter what system you trade. The only thing that matters is the way you size. And now it's going back again. Unfortunate. I just want to alter the trade. Oh, okay, my bad. I thought it was growth. In any case, my point was the DD to target ratio is 1-to-1 with the standard plan, and it was better than Lucid Flexion. That could be, but the payout rules are different as well. But I'm sure you could do the math on it as well. It's not very difficult. Watching and working, but definitely trying. Cheesy Balls, what are you working? I think I've asked you before, but what are you working as? Is it like an office job or what? Alvaro Enriquez, where are you from? It sounds like Spanish or Brazilian or something. Mexican maybe. But then that's very early. Huh. Mind the Dave. Min bror. I'm here, brother. Good morning. Gonna rewatch from the start. Yeah, to be honest, I think it was a lot of yapping today. I'm not sure. I think because yesterday I went through the math. I'm not gonna do it again. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm gonna create a document with the math so that if someone asks, I can actually point to it like it says here. This is this is that. So I don't need to type it all out and explain. Maybe even have some text there. It's gonna make it easier for me to prove what I'm doing. Now, my only concern is that by doing this, it is possible we start seeing the flex plans removed across the space. But again, question is, if I have a few viewers, right? I have a few viewers, how many of them are actually gonna, do something with the information? Because obviously it's very difficult to talk about this on X, for example, and most people will just scroll over it. But how would you even explain this? But if everyone started doing this, then it would be an issue for the flex plan, and it would get removed. But for now, I don't think anything's happening. And even if that becomes an issue, it probably takes quite a long time, because the flex plan is the most popular plan in the space. By far. It's the most popular plan in the space. Also, where is Abhishek? Abhishek from the stream, he told me he would be here. He is not here. Alright. That was a random thought. Because when you remember Topstep, right? Topstep used to have a 10k cap on the payouts. Now they have like a 2k cap if you go with the no DLL option on the 50ks. But what I've noticed is every firm, none of them can sustain a bigger payout cap than around 2k. None of them. Alpha tried it, and they have like I think it was 4,000 up to 6,000 or something, and they had to change it. I knew they would lose money on it. Absolutely, 100% Alpha lost money on the new premium plans. And only that, they ran heavy discounts, 50% off, unlimited, that made it cheaper to use than Lucid. That's but with way higher payout caps. That's crazy. They lost a lot of money on it. And I think my theory is that the more firms that offer the flex plan, somehow, I don't know how it works, but somehow, because Topstep was able to run the 10k payout caps before. Maybe people are just getting better and doing something similar to me. Or Matt Coward. Matt Coward is doing something similar as well. My theory is that the more firms that pop up, the more pressure it becomes for the firm. They can't sustain these payout caps, so they all have to come back to like 2k. So meaning if one of these firms or two of these firms get eliminated, these that are left, these other firms, they can sustain higher payout caps. So it's kind of funny, because somehow if the competition is lesser, they can the plan itself becomes more profitable for the prop firm. Do you get what I'm hinting at here? Or not hinting, I'm telling you outright. The more competition, the lesser the firm can offer. The lesser competition, the more they can offer, because it becomes more profitable. That's my theory. I don't know how it is that way, but that's what I've noticed. And there's a lot of, Alpha, they created the flex plan. Funded Seed is a new one. Blue Guardian, I don't know if they had the reserve plan, but this looks fine to me. I'll just have to read the rules about microscoping and stuff like that. And of course, this $140, that's kind of steep. Now it's 84, but the question is, does it bump up to 140 then? Because that is a little bit expensive. It's a little bit on the expensive side, but if you always have like a lifetime 20% discount, essentially. I don't know how they run this firm. And then payout denials, I have no clue about them, to be honest. Oh, I forgot to put a trade, my goodness. Alright, is it gonna be tails again? Okay, this is broken. That's 4 tails in a row. Whatever. I'll just keep going short then. It seems to be working. Wait. Okay. Right, because I reset one account, I remember. Right, I was so confused. Okay. Office job, more or less. CRM system. Okay, very cool. Very cool, Cheesy Balls. Alright. I'm interested in trying Wafa. Wafa, what are your plans right now when I'm not sure if you're still here, but now that Morocco is banned from My Fair and Future, like, what are you Moroccans going with? Because they are banned by a lot of prop firms. Unfortunately. I'll go aggressive after this, but on my edge. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, Santosh. I think so. Of course, the coin flipping is just me proving that you don't necessarily need a system for it. I'm late, Rebel. Listen to your yesterday's stream, one day at a time. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here doing this. Look, again, I'm here doing this. I can just yap with you and respond to questions while I'm doing so. But I would sit here and do this anyway. Probably not coin flip, but It's not really anything. It's not a big deal for me. I can do this no problem. At least for now. But I need to watch a few more times before I would try. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I think you really need to trust the math as well and ensure you have a bankroll. But again, I'm not sure if you need that big of a bankroll because I'm going very aggressive. You need to remember that. Like the 10 times recommendations for me, when I say you need to have 10 times the evil cost, that is when you're going aggressive. But if you're trading one account properly but just sizing extremely aggressive day one and then going for the flip days, I'm not sure if you need that big of a buffer, to be honest. I'm not sure. I mean, it sounds risky, but sometimes going the risky route is actually the less risky one. You know, we talk about gambling in society and stuff. I mean, it's bad, right? A lot of people, they end up in a very bad spot with gambling. But for someone like me who was in large debt, and I know many others as well, I would still be paying off that debt and just working a regular job if I hadn't, you know, started essentially gambling or betting hard with trading. Of course, I got into debt as well with trading, but so in a sense, sometimes you just need to bet more, and that betting more was the less risky option compared to just working a job and then paying off the debt. That would be that would be risky, actually. Okay, let me see. What do you think about going for max payouts? A single account to 150k is like 250 a max payout split. Yeah, I think actually that is probably the optimal. I think the optimal is finding out, okay, what is the maximum payout? Okay, so for example, Tradify select payout. You do this, okay? Okay, order fills, so that is another win. And then we go like so. Another tails. Yeah, that's another tails. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's whatever. I just want to see this get filled. Okay, perfect. you go here. I think this is the best option, actually, the most like mathematically correct way of going. You would compute how much you have after the 4 flip days, depending on how you do it, of course. If you do it with a stop loss, then it's a little bit different. But I think going for the maximum payout is mathematically the best option. So if you can take, for example, 50k account up to $3,000 per payout, this means you can go for $6,000 day one. You can go for $6,000 day one. I think that's the optimal amount to aim for. The only risk with that is that if they move you live, you will be forced to forfeit some of your profits. So with my method, where I go for just $2,000, if they move me live after payout 1, they have to give me leverage. And of course, the variance is less as well. Now, with this kind of balance, I don't want to go with more, because, you know, the variance could kill me. I don't want that. I want to try it, see a trades. That's where I always lose when I manage my risk using stop loss and all that. Well, look, it's not like I'm saying remove your stop loss. It's more like I'm saying one account is your stop loss. It's almost like a mini game. But even if you just trade normally, you pass an account, if you use this account as the stop loss and you consider that the account is just a single trade, you know, it works pretty well. I think, at least. Whereas with a 25k equity, use the 2 to 3 contracts. Is that contracts? Let's see. I think you're capped at 1. No? Tradify, at least. I think they cap at 1. But I would probably use the max. It depends on the situation. If you're just going for flips, not necessarily. If you're going for the full part, then yes. If you go for evil, yes, because I would just speed things up. But again, you could trade even the evils. You could trade properly. When I say properly, you could trade with a specific system, okay? And you just size aggressively. Like just using the entire stop loss or the entire balance as stop loss. But you just trade the evil, your system, your strategy. My entire point here is not to flip a coin. My entire point is whatever you do, you get such a huge edge from sizing the way that I'm advocating for, I guess. I'm not recommending, but I'm advocating, I think. I'm not sure if that's the correct word. Even just starting every evil with a max size coin flip is worth it for a head start when trading a normal strategy. Obviously the system. Yeah, exactly. exactly. He must be taking an afternoon nap. Yeah, I don't know. He forgot about me. Abhishek. My goodness. He was like, I forgot about you. I forgot about you today. He said this yesterday. But tomorrow, definitely. The man is nowhere to be seen. Damn it, man. No, Abhishek is such a hard worker. We are very fortunate to have him in the streams. Truly. Yeah, I was testing this with 1k yesterday. I took 5 tests and literally each pass gave me 2,000 from 1 AK at least. Is that on the eval tomato? I'm a little bit late on this one, but are you talking about like how are you testing it with a simulator, or are you running it on a fresh account like eval or a fresh sim? I'm not sure which one that is, but yes, I'm telling you, it does work. I'm not. This is not magic. I'm telling, even on X, I'm telling people, like, I'm not special. Anyone could do this. And they are like, oh, I wish one day I could be like you. What do you mean? What do you mean one day? You'd literally be the person right now. I'm proving it right here. You don't need a strategy for it. That's the whole point, you know? I just passed a Lucid using your method. My man, one day at a time. My man. Congratulations. And again, the thing is, even if you consider just, let's say you don't even trade this way in the sim funded, if you just traded this way in the eval, the thing is, if you would coin flip the eval, but you would trade the funded, how many of you are stressing in the eval phase? Probably quite a lot, right? Or hate the eval phase. Well, technically you can compute the cost of the eval with the formula I gave you, which was, again, stop loss divided by TP plus stop loss. And then if you need 2 days to pass, because this one is your entire drawdown, then you just, you use the power of 2, for example. Or in Tradify case, it's 3 days, so power of 3. If you do that, then you get the output, which is usually like 1/3. So you'd need 3 attempts to pass the account. So if the account costs $100, then you can compute that it's probably going to cost you $300 to pass the account, which is usually, or actually every single time, is cheaper than the straight to funded option. Do you now see why they offer you a straight to funded option instead of doing this? And you get a lesser consistency. So if you go straight to funded, you get a 20% consistency or something. And you have to pay for it. When you can literally coin flip and get it cheaper. In the long run, of course, you can get very unlucky and, blow out over and over and over again. That's possible. Not document, in my humble opinion. Let people create their own information from your videos is the minimum from... it's interesting to me because I see a lot of people already like getting their own take on things, on the way I'm doing it. I think it's super interesting. Alright, that was the final one hit. So, today was decent. I'm not done, but out of 5 flips... No, it's 6 flips technically, because 1 blew out. I won 5. And it gave me all shorts. What I'm going to do here is I am going to... Should I buy another firm or should I buy Tradify? I think I'm gonna go with another set of Tradifies. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. The reason is because I really want to hit their sim cap. And... well, I could do My Friend Futures as well. I'm just gonna go with Tradify for now. Okay. Let me just go and buy it. The CFD firms polished, yeah, I mean, imagine the CFD firms, I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with it. CFD firms like FTMO, for example, they would give you like $10,000 drawdown. You could risk the entire, it was like daily loss limit is 5%. And if you have $100,000, you could risk $5,000 to make $5,000 day one. That was unbelievable. And now they're capping your risk at 1%, but the daily loss is 5%, but you can only risk 1%. Like, where's the point? You can't even take that many trades. I think it's like per hour or something. It's yeah. But I did the math, even on CFD firms. Let's say you take a CFD FTMO account and you would coin flip your way through the challenge, and then you would just coin flip after you pass, and you take a payout, coin flip again. It's profitable. You could coin flip your way through FTMO. I did the math on it. Now it would take you ages though. But it's profitable. So what I do here, again, I am not affiliated with Brian Stonks or Smart or anything, but it doesn't make any sense for me not to use this one. Because it's actually gonna give me a kickback, and I'm not using a card, I'm using crypto. And this looks, yeah, this looks fine. So I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna do this. I close this. It's $471. Okay. Amount. Okay, so I'm buying another bundle of 5 accounts. Maybe I should have done it yesterday even, but yesterday's stream was a lot of talking, I feel like, and not as much trading. Or I don't know if you can call this trading even. What would you even call this? Is this gambling? I'm not sure. Okay, I don't like when it does that. That's better. So I have the new accounts. I just checked that there's no similar duplicate. Looks fine. Can we get a single heads today? Nope. Another tails. Okay. I mean, it's worked so far, so I don't mind it. And we are gonna add this. And the cost is going to be... What did I send? How much was it? Let me see. Okay. That's 469.80. Okay. How is that possible? That doesn't make any sense. Because hold on. If I use the code July, does that change things? Because I was supposed to get a bigger discount yesterday. But I know that... Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Because this should be cheaper than this today. But it's not. I'll just double check it later, but something's not right here. I mean, this is right, because I took this number from the Tradify dashboard, but... No idea. It looks like it hit TP already. I'm gonna go with the next one. This is 7194. Flip again. Okay, again, this has to be bugged. There's no way I get like only short here. Only tails. Okay. I'm gonna... Oh, Abhishek is here. I have to mod the guy. Add as moderator. There you go. He's the head mod. I have to mod the guy. Good grief. Yeah, Wafa, I'm still here, and yeah, I still have a few options. All right, that's good. I'm very sorry. I got so caught up in this. I'm so behind in the questions. Doesn't look like this one hit, so I'm gonna try again. I cancel the order and join ask. Again, I could use sell market too. I just prefer doing this way. I passed like overall 5 tests with 1k, 10 accounts each test, at least one account, which led me to 2k. Oh, so you ran overall in 5 tests with 1k. So you basically brute forced a lot of evaluations, and then you had at least one account that you full ported to 2k. Is that what I'm hearing? When I get funded, I went 1 to 1 2k for 2k, and it worked. I'm telling you. I'm telling you it works. Yeah. It's interesting to try. Yeah, it's at least, you know, maybe not coin flipping, but, you know, the math doesn't lie. Do it long enough and you have an edge. Probably even if one would be a losing trader, you probably have an edge doing it. Damn, I was using my other ID. That's funny. Yeah, greetings Abhishek, greetings. Create multiple sim accounts and try there. Guys, do I create multiple sim accounts and try there? Once you cut your teeth, you will have more confidence. Look, in the beginning, it's kind of stressful, but then you get used to it. Like you see, I don't even blink when anything happens. If it's TP, it doesn't really matter. Because I might, these as well, I might just blow tomorrow. And this might turn to green. you know. But it's something you get used to. I'm still here. Where am I now? Why is better Flex account versus Pro Lucid? Because I don't like the consistency on Pro Lucid. That's why. Because yeah, that's gonna be difficult. You can't really use the full drawdown if you go with Pro. Because if you full port and you make $3,000 day one, for example, then you have a 40% consistency. You can't just flip for minimum. You gotta actually make a lot more to get the payout. That's why I don't like consistency. You could do it, but the math is different. Oh my goodness, I'm so caught up. Tamil allowed, Abhishek. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind as long as the whole chat isn't in Indian or something. You can speak whatever you want. This is not the My Funny Future stream, so maybe there is a cap now. On what? NQS. What's the cap? I just don't know when to stop TP if I go for 600 stop loss. I get a lot of 200 USD trades, but aim for 1-to-1. How to close TP? So I have a little bit of trouble understanding what you mean. Do you mean the bracket like this? How you do the TP, or do you mean like mentally? When do you take a profit? I'm not sure. Magnus, chat is 70% Tamil. Are you willing to learn Tamil? Probably not. It seems pretty difficult. So, do you avoid New York session? No, I don't avoid it. Again, if I full port, I want to full port before the New York so that there's range to do it. And if I go for flips, it depends on the firm. If it's like My Funny Futures, there's no minimum second rule. I would actually prefer doing New York. But if it's Tradify, you need to not hit too many trades in 10 seconds. It's such a stupid rule. It's only meant to make things harder for you. That's the truth. That's why it's there. And then they say, oh, if you're taking trades longer than or shorter than 10 seconds, you're gambling. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Even just trading normally, you definitely take trades, which they can be lower than 10 seconds. So just an excuse, another excuse, but I would prefer it. It just, you need to ensure that you don't hit the micro scalping rule. Otherwise, for flips, it's just better to go with New York. Because the longer you wait, the better the spread. Until like maybe 12 PM EST. My phone was died. I didn't watch the whole stream, but I'll rewatch it. But for day 2, if an account is breached, you reset it or you take another one. Day 2. You mean these Tradify accounts? Yeah, I reset one yesterday. I did. But then I hit all them as well, and then I bought another batch, which I also note here. I need to make this shit public too. I just need to double check what happened here, because I'm supposed to get a better discount than this on this day. This is supposed to be cheaper. Short all day. You think? Well, I'm not sure, but the coin flip is saying that I should be shorting. I'm not sure. There's 7 shorts in a row. So the only heads I had was when I opened this. After I just been tails over and over. Insane. Watching you, okay, funded card. Watching you and your P&L seems like trading is effortless. Well, again, this is evil, so it's not like I can take this to the bank account. But even in sim, it's kind of the same thing. And it is effort. It doesn't take a lot of skill, my friend. It doesn't. You've seen it now. At least for now, right? It's probably gonna get patched at some point, but it's gonna take time because it requires people to actually do it enough for them to lose money on, and that process takes a few weeks to monitor, and then to phase the plan out from every prop firm, that's gonna take a long time. And again, I think the more firms that get rid of the plan, it means that the others get a boost in profitability somehow. But let's say like 2 firms eliminated, there's still 1 firm left and so on. It's gonna take time. It's not like an overnight thing where it just disappears. This is like, it's not arbitrage, but there is a price mismatch with how much you get. It should cost double the price. And I forgot about it, but when I was talking about the straight to funded accounts, that's the reason they are priced at such a high price. Well, the price to pass an account should be 300, while the straight to funded option might cost 400. Well, that's intentional, because they essentially get 100 cut of what's actually fair. But even straight to funded options, you can do the math on and find an optimal way to run it. Wanna flip a real coin? Probably it gets you more win rate. I could, but you know, me standing up here and flipping a coin during the entire stream is gonna look a little weird, don't you think? I mean, I could, but it looks a little bit fun in the beginning, but yeah. Yeah, cheesy balls. I did get a tail again. Only tails today, apart from the first one, which I didn't take. I mean, I realized that trading 15-minute time frame, building edge around whatever is Fiji or whatever, entering there by risking bigger with one mini, I real easily can get 200 points. Previously I was strict trading 200 USD, a lot of losses, but this. So you're trading negative RR, is that what you're saying? Well, of course you're gonna hit more profits then. And that's not bad. Negative RR is not bad. Look at Forex Ike. What's the plan after day one target in the sim funnel? So after that, what I will do. Oh, this is another account blow. Yeah, so this is the second blow today, which is not bad. I got pretty lucky today. The plan after, let me see. Yeah, that's fine. The plan after is going to be. Oh, there has to be. There's no way I keep getting tails. What is that? Crazy. The plan after is just to take base hits. So lock in the payout, 150 payout. So 154 days in a row to qualify for a payout. That's the plan. I guess I will run it without a stop loss because I want to hit it quick. It's not necessarily safe, but I get a bigger payout doing so and I hit it quick. Which means if I get it quick, I can reinvest that money and buy more accounts, which means I can make more. See? Previous are strictly rigged. Yeah, I mean, look. This is why I use the random number generator, but I don't feel like this is very rigged compared to the coin flip. I don't know. It feels like all these coin flip sites, they are rigged somehow. Unbelievable. You think they're watching my coin flip? Maybe. No, I don't know. It's just strange, but it doesn't really matter. Because it's just a coin flip, right? I mean, maybe the market is in maybe it's a bear market or something and I keep getting wins. Now this is what I mean with a trending environment, because I got 2 shorts in a row. Let's say I would just be shorting, I blow out here and then I take another trade here and I blow out again because it's just going up, because it's trending up. That's why I don't like one-sided betting on this. Like for now it doesn't really matter, that's fine, but it can really get you hurt if you would do this and just try one-sided. I wouldn't recommend it at all. Okay. Just wondering if I should buy another set. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to have 15 evils running at once in Tradify. I don't really go over the 10 evil active at the time. And the other issue is that when I go for a payout, given that I have this much in lifetime payouts, if I have if I have this much in lifetime payouts and I go for a payout, if I have backup evils which are dormant, you know, past but not activated, then they will close the account. So it's basically no point in getting those accounts. So it's a little bit risky having that many evos. But I think it's fine. At least for this one. I'm taking the risk to make things quicker. The best option would be to get another firm and work on that and have just 5 accounts on one, of course, but Danielo Gofa, are you affiliate with them or something? Because this is probably the 4th time you have talked about them. Funded Futures Family. Let me see. I don't see anything about the DLL. No consistency, okay. End of day drawdown 2000. I mean, it's consistency. Okay, but the question is, right now this is Prime though, this is not Premiere. And this one, I don't know if they have a consistency. This doesn't look like... Wait, are you saying Premiere or Prime? Because this one doesn't have... It's end of day trailing. What happened to the trade? Still in. End of day trailing. Which is good. No consistency really funded. This is good. No DLL, good. Okay, so the base hit day is kinda high, but nothing special. Alpha also has this. The evil is difficult because you only risk 1,500, but its minimum days to pass is 1. That actually makes this pretty damn good. That's not bad, you know. But what's the actual price then on this? This could also be something, yeah. It could. You just want to see you run this better with them. Why? Why? I mean, it's the same thing, but they do also have trade away. So this is another firm that could work. Yeah, this plan is everywhere, you know. So Blue Guardian, Fund the Futures Family, and there was maybe someone else that said something. This could be something, but again, I would also need to check that they don't have some stupid payout denials or something. I don't know anything about this firm. On funded accounts, do you consistently make 200, 300 a day? I notice your export were consistently green. We're using for... Yes, exactly. I was using the full drawdown. That's correct. The entire account to go for the minimum. But I would also wait for a level which I think has a good chance at a reaction. For example, I mean, depending on how you trade, you can see this as like a fair value gap or you can see it as a low. But going short when it hits this level is pretty decent. It's better shorting there than shorting here, for example. You can expect some kind of reaction here. Or maybe it's this low. You could expect a reaction from here. Because, you know, it's just... You see, it's like support or resistance or whatever. So that's what I would do. And then I would use the entire drawdown, go short here. And that's why I was winning so much. He prefers one big ten and all bases, exactly. And I want big profits, right? I think I blew out there. Yeah. 6691. Okay. Okay, it's not broken. It gave me heads now. All good. Does it fill? My entry is at 697. The bid is at 699. Yeah, I don't have patience for that. Okay, now it's filled. With the Premier, you can get funded right now and start your winning day right after as well. Yeah, but I haven't read the rules on them. That's my only issue with the Premier or the funded. I want to read the rules. I trust that, yeah, you could get a day one pass or something. Which is really crazy, by the way. Day one pass, if you find them anywhere, they're really crazy. There's a reason why you can't find them anywhere. Especially if it's instant activation, and that's crazy, if they had that. Okay. Why am I at my funny future? Well, I was supposed to show you something, but I don't know what it was. Not sure. 50% off trades above 20-second rule. Wait, what does that mean, Smoke? So 50% trades. Aha, okay. So you need to have 50% of trades about 20 seconds. Well, the full port is gonna be above it. The evil might be an issue, but the first trade is gonna be about 20 seconds at least. So then you only need to have like two of the flip days above 50%. That's not too bad. That's doable. You just need to size a little bit lesser. It's not bad. But there might be something else I'm missing, which I just don't know anything about the firm. MFU starter was goated plan. It was fun while it lasted. Yeah, well, look, it was a little bit too good. That's what I think. So it's probably why it was removed. It was just too good. It offered way too much, and Back then it was like, because right now Lucid is kind of doing what My Funny Futures used to do. They're offering good plans, like a little bit better than others, for example 25k flex, but that's because they're pushing growth more. They just want to grow. That's what Lucid wants, at least right now. They have been very aggressive with the expansion for a year now. Hello Queen of Trades, how are you? Did you get the rapid yet? Palm Tree Trader, hello! Hello, how are you? Palm Tree Trader, I asked WAF as well. Moroccans, what are you going with now that you're banned from My Funny Futures? Like, what's the fern you're going with? I'm genuinely curious. Like, do you have something you all go for or what? Also, I hope they unban Morocco. Well, they don't. They just need to fix the regulatory issues. I'm not sure. I don't understand much about it, but I've seen countries get unbanned before. You didn't get it yet? Okay. Well, I'll check with Ben later. He's the guy who issues them. Okay, I think I'm gonna go and reset these in the meantime. This is 7194. Wait, I did one reset today, right? And I bought 5 accounts. Yes, I'm up to date on this one. So I'm gonna reset this. Okay. So let's see. I'm spending a lot of money here doing this, but it's always when you buy the account. That's the, because I've done this many times, right? That's the most expensive phase. After that, it gets much cheaper. So it's the first one, and then I'm gonna. How is my trade doing? Let me see. Okay, so still need to reset this one. This is 7194. So I have quite a few accounts now at day 2, which is good. That means that hopefully tomorrow I'll have some passed and I'll be able to full port them. Now that's gonna kind of be an issue on stream because it can take a while. So you know, it might even take the entire stream and I'm not too happy about it. But that's I'm still gonna do it just to show you it works, but I'm not. It can take a while to go with the full ports. Okay, that's the second one. It's also a reason why I wanted to go with the 50k accounts, because it would take way too long if I did 25k, because you can only go with one mini, even in the eval phase. So it's also a reason why I wanted the 50k. You get like 4 minis instead, which makes the evals also much quicker. So right now this is my balance. Okay, I'm just gonna show you. I'm gonna add this up to 3, and then 99 is the price per reset, times 3 is 297, so I spent 297 on resets today. 297. This is my balance right now. So we have spent $1,800, almost $1,740 for these accounts so far. But I have nothing left to reset right now. Some of them are day 2, some are fresh, and some are day 1. A total of 10 accounts. So I still have quite a bit left to spend. It's looking alright. It's not looking too bad. I'm not too worried. Also, you people who are here, like, how are you able to be here apart from Cheesy Balls? He's working and listening or watching. Like, are you others doing the same thing, like working right now, or are you unemployed, or what's the thing here? Like, how are you able to be here even? Because this is a little bit of an odd time. Like, I should be at work technically. You know, it's 11:25 a.m. here. What is the reason behind this? Why a country is banned? Yeah, it was regulatory issues. FCM. No, but it's true. It's FCM. Like, Matt Leach, he wouldn't want a country banned like He wouldn't want his user base smaller. And again, countries like China, it's honestly, it's very inspiring and very interesting to me. Imagine China and Kyrgyzstan, okay? Kyrgyzstan is I can't spell it. Maps. I think it's pretty close to China. So Kyrgyzstan is, okay, so it's right here. It's like in the middle of Asia almost. But very strange, it's Kyrgyzstan. Maybe they have some KYC issue. Look, here's the thing. With China, they don't have the KYC, I believe. Like it's not allowed. The KYC is not allowed on China. So, on for example, on firms like Alpha, in the beginning, like just last month, they were able to trade from China, but they don't have any KYC there. So they were able, one person, granted you have the IP, like you have a VPN or something, one person could have like 10 identities and trade on Alpha, 10 accounts, and they would hedge each other. And there was like a massive Chinese operation, a group hedging operation, and Alpha banned them, the entire country, because of it. I don't know why they banned Kyrgyzstan specifically then. It seems a little bit off, but maybe they have the same rule as China. I'm not sure. But countries like these, they are troublesome. And, you know, Chinese people, they are very smart as well. I feel like that they will find something. Like what I have showed you here with the math, it's nothing probably compared to what Chinese have found. I'm sure they have found something even crazier. Oh, okay, Daniel, go for your summer break. Working on employment right now. That's funny. Yeah, good luck on it. It's tough, especially in Finland. It's like 11.1% unemployment. We have the highest unemployment in entire Europe. It's like impossible even to get a job at McDonald's. What if they send you live on your first day in Funded? I don't think they'll do that. Not on Tradify. I checked with their bot and it's saying that they can't move me live before the first payout. So I'm gonna use that rule and ensure I have as many accounts as possible to take a payout on day one, just in case they do that. Now, if you don't have lifetime payout, they're not gonna move you live, but I have, so I need to be a little bit careful. I don't work, I take care of the kids and house. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Online college, all right. I'm not working frequency. Okay, man. I'm not technically working either, but at least not like a regular job. You killed it yesterday. I finished plus 1k on all accounts. Well, yeah, but I also blew, like, I bought the accounts, that's 5, and then I reset 5 times yesterday. Today was, so far at least, has been better. This is what I have right now, right? So yesterday 5 accounts purchased, 5 resets. Today 5 accounts purchased, 3 resets. But I also worked on these accounts yesterday. So if I'm unemployed and I need to pay for evals, I'll sell my homeboy's organs in black market. I'm on the East Coast, it's 4:25 AM, I'm running a bread route delivering to stores. That's so cool. It's so cool that you're doing it and still you're still here. So interesting. Do you think we are as smart as them? You might be. I'm not sure I'm as smart as the Chinese. I mean, I don't know. I feel like they're extremely smart. And to me, it's of course it's against the rules to be a group hedger or whatever they do. Of course, right? It's against the rules, but it's still inspiring to me how they even come up with the entire thing, like organize everything. It's so cool to me. But again, it's against the rules. So, talking about KYC, I'm still waiting for Alpha to verify me. Yeah, but Verif didn't accept my Moroccan ID because it's old one. Wait, are you allowed to trade with Alpha? I didn't know that. Yeah, I mean, I was moved live on Alpha like back a week ago. It was my live call. I had a Zoom call with them, and then but I was moved live somewhere here on Thursday 25th, and I haven't heard anything back. I even sent 2 emails and they just don't respond. What's up, Jan? How are you? Yeah, and they have big issues. The issue is Palm Tree Trader. The issue with Alpha is they went for the premium plan, right? The premium plan is the flex plan, and the response was so big the demand for it just exploded. They couldn't handle in the beginning it was great, and they were doubling down like crazy people. They were doubling down and they offered massive discounts, right? Massive discounts. And because they were like, oh, this is great, we're making a lot of money. Well, of course, I mean, you are not paying anyone yet, you're just taking money. And then double down and offered more discounts, and then the platform broke and they offered more discount as compensation and free accounts. And then when it comes to the payout and people start getting winning days, people start getting profits, well, then they got huge issues. And they had to do the retroactive change because they were losing so much money. And it just become a mess, right? And now probably have people moving live as well alongside me. And everything is just messed up there. They would need to, I don't know. And then there was holidays, Rise had issues. Let me just 638. The first hedge that I got today was a loser, by the way. We need more tails. Where's the coin flipper? Okay, there we go. It's gonna be a winner because it's tails. Yeah, they're struggling because they need to increase the workforce, right? And the thing is, it's not even that. They should be working around the clock even on weekends, but they are taking holiday breaks and they're going off for the weekend. I'm not understanding why they are not making an exception and paying people to stay over the weekend to sort this out. I'm not sure if they can even catch up on this. Like, it's unbelievable. Yeah, but that's their issue. I mean, at least it works for marketing. Their user base must have grown a lot with the premium plan. It's the most popular plan in the space for a reason. Even just trading regularly, it's just the best one. It's the most attractive one in general. The flex type of plan, I think. But the fact that it gives you odds if you do it properly is pretty big. Hey Prashno, what is? I mean, I saw you in the pre-chat. So, they buy accounts from different IDs and make a group. Most of the ban because of group heading. They buy accounts from different IDs and make a group. Yeah, that's possible. It's very interesting. I mean, Chinese people, there's something else. Okay. So what's the plan? I need to reset this one too in a bit. So these two are day ones, you can see from the 51,000 cash amount, and then we have these 1, 2, 3, 4. These are day twos. So day ones and day twos. And these are all fresh, which is fine. So hopefully, given I have 4 accounts, hopefully I'll pass some tomorrow and be able to work on them as well in the sim space. That's what I'm hoping for. What's the chart looking like in general? Like, actually. Yeah, we're just stuck in a range, I guess, for the summer. This is very difficult to say a direction here, I mean, because it's just gonna go here and then go here. It's very difficult to say, okay, it's gonna take out a swing low and then go up, or if it's gonna just continue here and then who knows. This is just, it reminds me of what does it remind me of? I mean, a little bit of this one, right? You know, you had this was Trump news. It took out the low and then it just started doing this range thing and never took out the high. It's kind of similar here. It takes out the low and then, okay, technically it took out the high here once, but it's just ranging. And it's very difficult to have a general daily bias if you use that in this kind of environment. You just need to understand that you're stuck in the range and just trade accordingly. Can't really go for anything big. Daily looks god awful. I'm just waiting for summer to be over. Yeah. I mean, I usually do well in the summer, to be honest. I do extremely poorly during Christmas time though. Or like December, every single year. Yeah. Summer is usually good to me. I don't know why that is. I like the range though. I like a big range. Okay, I'm gonna reset this one. I'm not sure how many more I'm gonna reset though. Just because I feel like it's starting to move pretty slow now. But I'm gonna reset this one at least, so it's D66. Actually, I can just see it from here. Jan, if you're still here, how is the pro account coming along? Did you blow it, or did you make some money on it? Can you take this? Okay, it's paid for. I missed today's London due to I'm stuck in heavy rain. Yeah. Yeah, no worries. No worries at all. I mean, look, I'm doing this because I make money doing it, not because I'm necessarily streaming, so I'm not expecting anyone to be here in that sense, or even aiming for it, you know. Here's the thing. Some streams, they want people... Hello, Tris. Some streams, they want people to be in their stream. You know why? Because I would say, oh, use code Magnus, right? That's what I would say. And then I would hope for you to use the code, but I don't have such a code. But for them, it's crucial that people show up and use their code, because that's money, that's income for them. But for me, I'm just doing this to yap about while I'm doing this. Probably a little slightly lesser hit rate, but it's also to prove a point, which is I've been talking about for months on X, telling everyone they can do this, and they don't need to be special in any kind of way. Yesterday was down 500 and today 750, there's not much left to it. Yeah, I mean, if you get lucky on the New York Open, you'll have it back in seconds. But, oh, you're busy at the Open, alright, got it. But I do wonder, because I have had a few people now. I think yesterday's session was pretty valuable for many, because I went over the math. Now, I wish I would have a document prepared with the math as well, which I could show you, but I don't. It would be easier to, you know, show it again. But I did show it yesterday, and I've already had many people who say they tried this on their funders and everything, and it worked for them, and they're just, wow, this is crazy. And to me, it's very interesting. It's partly what I was worried about, because again, showing this means that there's less money for me to make as well. But I've already made a good chunk risking this way, so I don't really mind it, to be honest. And again, it takes a long time if firms would actually want to change this thing. Yes, this session is gold. Saved it. Funded God, so what's the plan right now? You had like, what was it, 10 accounts and 5 passed? I don't remember, sorry, or 11 something. What's the plan? Like, are you in the evil stage? Or are you sim stage? Because I know you're looking to do something similar as well. You know, Funded God is partly the reason I'm even in this stream, because he used to... Well, of course, I had a lot of people in the DMs who have asked me about, like, how are you able to do all green days? Funded God is also one of them who asked me a lot of questions. He was encouraging me to jump on stream, so that's partly the reason I'm sitting here as well. And it's just easier, because how would I even explain the math I explained yesterday in a Twitter DM? It's not happening, right? So it's easier. Alright, I did pay for this one, so we need to add this one. I'll also double check that I didn't miss anything after, but 396. No, it's not total expense, we need to add that too. So it's 469. So total expense 865.8. 865.8. Looks about the same as yesterday so far, but but I have more accounts as well, so bit of a losing streak here. I think this is the third one in a row that's gonna blow here. But that's fine. I have 20 sim accounts created. You have 20? Across which firms? Yesterday I was able to trade 16 accounts, 11 moved on, 5 accounts failed. 3 I'm trading the remaining accounts for day 1 and those that moved on day 2. So you're talking about Sim, yeah. Trading remaining accounts day 1. So are you risking heavy on these accounts or and then going for base hits, or what's the plan? Are you using a stop loss on the base hits, or what's your plan? So for today it's 4 moving on and 1 lost. That's really good. That's really good. But wait, when you say moving on, does that mean like moving on in the process that I am doing essentially, or in what kind of way? Because I'd really love to see you make some money with this. That'd be awesome. Accounting statistics. Yeah, actually, you know, it's funny because I'm technically not even finished with my degree. I have 1 exam left. I never had time to finish it. Never. So technically I'm not even done yet. But I'm actually looking to do it in a few months. And then technically I'm an accountant, but I was actually studying engineering for a good while. But then I changed it because it would take too much of my time. So that account is a blower again. That's fine. That's fine, no worries. So I'm doing your bracket. For me is 52 tick profit and $2,000 loss. Moving on is 1,000 advance. So are you using Tradify then? Because you're saying 1,000 advances the next day. Because the thing is, if you're using a firm with a 2-day pass, it's more favorable for you to go with 1,500 that day and not 1,000. I only use 1,000 because Tradify has a... Oh wow, it didn't fill. Tradify has the 40% consistency. That's why I'm using the 1,000. Now I'm gonna trade. I was 2 ticks away from target and 2 ticks away from loss, and now it's plus 500. Yeah, I mean, it's a roller coaster, right? But again, let me tell you, this will not be the last time you're 2 ticks away from profit or 2 ticks away from stop loss. It will not be the last, probably isn't the first. So it helps you cope, sort of. I mean, I've had trades which literally hit my profit to the tick. It hits the profit, but it doesn't fill, and then it blows. Many times actually, but it helps hit your mental if you remember that it's not gonna be your last time. So you better get used to it. At least for me. It sucks, of course, but I'm using InnoTrader Sim accounts, no money spent. Right, as I said in DS, I want to practice on Sim. Right, okay. And when I see it working, then I'll spend money. Yep, that sounds good. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna find the test successful as well. And but it's good to test, of course. Yeah, it's difficult, especially like trusting someone like me. Like I could be pretty stupid at math, for example. Maybe I did something incorrectly or something. But again, I've been doing something similar now for over half a year, and every single month has been very profitable. So it's pretty consistent. So if it's luck, I've been extremely lucky for quite a while now. Not every week has been profitable, but every single month has been. I don't think it's funny, but you do you people. Hold on, you need to have a lot of money to start. No, Queen of Trades, well, what's a lot of money? Of course, a lot of money, especially if like kids and stuff. I mean, you gotta account for them as well. Like you can't just say that I'm not gonna feed my kids for a week or something. Like I can say, technically, I could say I'm just gonna eat bread for a week, live on €2 a day or something. But you can't really do that with kids. You have a lot of expenses and stuff. So a lot of money is subjective. But I always say that if you wanna do this, 10 times the amount that the eval costs. So if the eval is $70, I would have at least $700. Then you could start it. And that's not saying that you always need to have 700. Like you spend the 70 from the 700, then you need another 700 or 630. You need 700. Like that's your bag. Let's say you have a bag of money. That's your bag of money, $700 here. Then you can start doing this with one account, and you can just keep taking from the bag, not keeping it filled. But that's what I would do, at least if I was in, if I would have to start the thing over, essentially. Minddrave, yeah, well, it would be a little bit awkward if I get hit by bad variance, right? And I would blow up and not make profits. Tradify is by far has been the hardest one to make profit on. I mean, I'm banned on all the other firms. Well, not Mindfund Futures, but I haven't really ran Mindfund Futures a lot. I need to be a little bit careful with them. Because I'm not sure if I'm even allowed to go live with them. I'm not sure. But 3D4 has been the hardest, and it would be a little bit awkward if I would actually lose money doing it. The first time I would like try to show it public how I would lose money. That would be funny. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I think I'm in a pretty good spot. I get over all the stats and numbers, but I was a bit lost during the percentage calcs on day 2 and props how it translates the final product. If you can be more specific, then I can explain it. Because I'm not sure what you mean about the percentage calcs. You mean like the 75% and stuff? Like, for example, like what is the probability of hitting a flip day? I mean, if this is the formula to compute like what's your probability of hitting a take profit in just a vacuum, and then you use the power of, right? 4 winning days, you put a 4 here or something. If this is the formula and your TP, you're only going for the 200 winning day, or in this case it's 150, so that's your winning day, and then stop loss 2000 plus 150, and then that's 1 day. You power of 4, but then again it's gonna be a little bit higher, but I was conservative with it, because this is the next day, this is gonna actually be to 150, because you actually made money this day. You gotta add that too. But yeah. But if you're more specific, then I can just do the math immediately. But if not, then it's all there as well. Yeah, no, but I appreciate you, Fanergard, and I'm sure the test you are doing is gonna prove that it's gonna work for you. I'm sure. If you do it long enough, it's guaranteed. So I will rewatch it and then a better answer. If I recall, I had a question regarding the probability to make TP on day 2 and day 3 and the calculation overall. Well, that was exactly what I showed you there. So the probability of it, I mean, if it's stop loss, which is $2,000, divided, the formula I showed you, divided by stop loss, which is 2,000, plus take profit, like so, then this is the 93% probability to hit 1 single day. But remember, you need 5 total winning days in order to take a payout. The first day, you already have 1 winning day because you hit the full port. So that's why we don't need to compute that. Then you have 4 days you need to have this hit. So and again, remember that actually the next day, this 2,000 is going to be 2,150, right? And this 2,150 because you made profits already. But if we just make it simple for us and we just use the power of 4, because 4 more winning days in order to take a payout, you get 74.8%, which again, if we were to do it properly and, you know, add the, because it's 150 on day 2 to 300 on day 3 and so on, then this would actually be above 75%, meaning you have 75% plus probability of hitting a payout if you have hit the day 1 already. And what was the day 1? If you go with a 50-50, then it's 50%. So what is the probability of both 50% happening and 75% happening? Well, you just multiply them, and then you get, is it 37.5? So that is the probability of, after you have a freshly passed, if we do exactly as I do, then you have a 37.5% chance of actually getting a payout from a freshly passed, doing exactly that. The first 2,000 there doesn't increase, right? Yeah, it doesn't. But after you hit day 1, so if this is day 1, okay, this is day 1, you make 2,000, right? That's you make 2,000. That's your stop loss. Day 2, you have 2,000. That's the day you started, but you make 150, meaning, oh, that's terrible. You make 150, meaning that this is lacking a 2. Day 3, you would have 150 plus another 150, okay? Day 4, you have
to 300, because if you win that one, then you will have more balance as well, because it's not trailing anymore. It's not trailing 2000 anymore. So because it locks at 2000. That's why the more wins you get, the more profits you get, the higher the probability of the next one hitting. So that's where it comes from. Okay, this one is just chopping around really. I'll probably reset this one and then add it here. I'll just double check that all of this is correct. But so far everything is going pretty smoothly. Nothing special to note. I'm not unlucky, I'm not lucky, it's just normal. How would you go about reaching 6k in Thunder account for a max payout of 6k you would shoot for it day one? Would it be multiple trades or one trade? It doesn't really matter. You can do it in one trade, or you could technically go with 2 coin flips in this case. You could go with 2k risk to make 2k. Then after this one, you will have 4k day one, right? You would have 4k. And then you just risk the 4k again the same way you did here. You'd risk 4k to make another 4k. So then in total it's 2 coin flips, 50% chance on each. That's 25% chance. So 25% chance you would make 6k on day one. But it's profitability wise, it's better, right? Your ROI is going to be higher, but so your ROI is going to be higher, but the only issue is that you will also blow more, so the variance is going to be tougher, both for your bankroll and for your mental. So you need to account for that as well. And the final risk is if you have a lot of payouts, they can move you live. Oh, Terry is here. How are you? How are you, Terry? It must be like what's the time over where you are? I'm soon gonna wrap this up, but I'm gonna respond to some more questions and then we'll take it from there. Yeah, but no worries, mind the day. If you have any questions, even you can just. The easiest is probably if you type in the comment section under a video, because even I noticed a lot of people. Apologies if some of you have like sent me something in X, right? Because it goes to the message requests. Wafa knows this all well. She was saying, I saw a tweet from Wafa. She was like, what was it? If you ignore me, then I feel like I'm not needed. I'm not sure what the tweet was. It's funny, but then Wafa herself, she had been ignoring a lot of people in the X DMs for weeks. It was like, it's funny. I think the tweet was something like, if you don't respond to me in one day, then I feel like I'm not needed, or something. Maybe it wasn't something like that. And then Wafa is out here ignoring people for weeks. No, but that's because it goes to the requests. If you're not verified or something. If we don't interact before, then your message goes to the request. So it's much easier for me if you just type it, or it's more guaranteed for me to see it if you type it in the comment section. Now, if we already have a conversation on X, then I will see it. So that's fine. So that was another account blower, unfortunate, but that's fine. We just jump on the next one. So this is going to be 2434. Just gotta be a little bit careful. There are no duplicates. And that is a short. Yeah, a lot of people are here, and this is like, yeah, 4 AM, it's super early. But Terry likes waking up early for some reason. Terry, how is the pro account coming along? I hope you still have it. I don't wanna hear some bad news or anything, please. I'm gonna try again because this didn't fill. Order filled. 25k 100 points though. I'm not sure what Nam is on about, but 25k 100 points. Is that with one mini? Yeah, that's 100 points with one mini on NQ. That's $2,000. It's probably what I would do, yeah, if I would do 25k flex. Yeah, Wafa, but it's not intentional, is it? I mean, first of all, I knew it existed at some point, but I wasn't able to find the message request box at all. So, and then when I found it, I don't know if they did an update or something next. It was just terrible. That was months back. A lot of people. Yeah. All right. Wonderful, Terry. I made over 4k on my pro is one day and then I blew it. I don't know how. I mean, it's probably pretty normal, right? I mean, you play a high stakes game, you're gonna lose as well. I mean, Jan, for example, he just wants to go for a $100,000 payout, and if he keeps going, he's probably gonna get it, right? Many times he's had like $20,000, but again, like even if you have $2,000 and you get to $20,000, then you need to double it again to 40,000 and double it again. It's tough. It's not easy, but if you keep going, they probably eventually hit it. And you don't get to the 4K in the first place in one day without taking huge risk, right? So goes both ways. Yeah, I don't know. Terry and Pine, they are just going crazy with the pro accounts. Yeah. Terry, what do you think? What do you think? Because I've had a lot of people in the chat telling me that they have tried this, or they are running simulations of it, or they are even running it live, even on sim. Like, if a lot of people start doing this, given that it's not technically, it doesn't take any skill whatsoever, that would be kind of bad for the flex plan, you know? But at least we would have the pro account then. Yeah. But a lot of people, it's super cool to me even, and they are putting their own spin to it. Because I had one person in the XDM, right? He told me that he ran simulations with my system using a daily loss limit, which was 50% of the account balance. And he was risking the same to make the same for 5 days instead of full porting day one and then flipping. He said that his ROI was 5 times what I do. So there are more optimal ways to do this as well. And it's super cool to me to see people like having their own spin on things. Yeah. It's almost like I'm their mentor, but I'm not really. I just show a simple thing and then they go and do their thing. I don't think I would be persistent enough to be a mentor. Unless I would be in need of money, maybe then. But I'd rather teach something for free and not have any like strings attached to it, I think. Yeah, but Terry, it's like the math isn't even. Look, I showed this yesterday to people on stream as well. The math is not. I have this notebook, and I do all the math. Let me show you. I do all the math in the. Like I literally sit with a pen and paper. That's how I look at the plans. When Alpha did the new plan, it was 1 hour. I was sitting in a cafeteria. I was doing the math. I was running the numbers, and it's just this is not difficult math. This is just basic fractions. I'm not sure if you're able to see it, but it's basic fractions. You see this? Okay, now this is much like lesser. It's not the entire equation because I did a lot in the head as well, because I've done this equation like tens of times easily. So I remember a lot by heart. But that's literally what I did. I would sit there and you know, it started, the way I got to this point even was because I was, last year, I was in a group of traders, right? And they were, it was a day where Trump tweeted something, and I was trading like 30 accounts and risking $100 to make $100 or something. And I blew out, and I didn't blow out, but I took a stop loss. And there was a Mickey Mouse stop loss, like $100, it's nothing, right? And that was it. I was done for the day, and it was just kept dropping because Trump was saying something. Just kept dropping, and all my friends, they were FOMOing like absolute degenerates. They were FOMOing, full porting, and they all made like $10,000 each. And I'm sitting there with 30 accounts making $100. I'm like, what? How is this? Like, what is this? And then I ran the math. Like, I was like, okay, well, what if you would just full port day one? What would the expected value is? And I was shocked to find this was on the core accounts though, on the MFU ones. I was shocked to find there was positive expectancy even like day one, on payout one. So imagine the subsequent payouts as well. It's unbelievable, really. It's like many of these plans are break even at payout one, and then they are 130% ROI on payout two, and that's just payout two. Then you have 3, 4, 5, and maybe even live. Like, it's crazy, and people are not doing it. They just don't. Well, I know there are many reasons. Everyone has their own reasons, but given how many people are around in the prop space, it's far too few are doing it. But of course, that's good for us, right? regardless how your experiment ends, I think will end in profits. I think too. I'm not worried at all. I am grateful that somebody actually shows real trading. Well, can you call this trading though? I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, look, if let's say that this would end up in a, so this one had to take profit. Let's say that my experiment here would end up in, I would blow out, right? I would lose money. What I would do, I mean, I've done it all live. It's not like I can say, you know, I can just refill this account or something, and then you wouldn't notice, right? You would notice, right? Not that many would care necessarily. But what I would do, I'd probably load the wallet with more money and keep going, because I know in the long run I would make money, even just coin flipping. And eventually I'm gonna make money. I'm gonna also prove it. So, but I don't think it's necessarily. Like I have what I have. So I've spent like $2,000 right now on these accounts. So I have $3,000 left. These, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 are day 2. So they need one more day. 3 of them are day 1s. So I just need to pass and then hit like a full port, and then it should be good from there. But it's a lot of accounts. In the beginning, it costs a lot of money as well. But then you gotta remember that with stuff like the Smart Prop Firm, again, I am not affiliated with Smart Prop Firm and Brian Stonks, but they give you a kickback, right? You could use that to buy another account. That's gonna skew the odds a little bit more in your favor as well. So, and if you have your own affiliate code, just use your own affiliate code, of course. I missed this session also. Fundenshuban, no worries. Need to watch it after live finish completely. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably be here tomorrow as well. I mean, because again, it's not like I'm gonna walk away with these accounts and just let it be. I'm actually sitting here doing this anyway, because I make money doing this. So I'm probably gonna be live tomorrow as well. Maybe it's because when it comes to trading, people will think of candlestick patterns. Yeah, I mean, you're correct. In a sense, I mean, it's not like you can't get an edge. You absolutely can trade properly, and that's what I'm saying. My experiment only proves that you don't need to be a good trader to make money with these prop firm plans right now, at least. But it's way better, way better if you're actually a good trader and you risk properly. Because of course, it's better to have a 60% win rate than a 50%, which is what you have with a coin flip. I mean, that's obvious. The best would be to trade your own system and risk that way, of course. But the only thing is, in that case, you probably want a system which has a high frequency of trades, because in this, volume matters. That's why I don't have a stop loss. I want quick payouts so I can reinvest that to get more accounts, so I get more quick payouts and so on. And the more accounts you have, the more payouts you get. You see my point. You keep passing more, not just... Yeah, I mean, the max you can get at Tradify is like 15 a month. But I need to manage my bankroll. But Terry, you see this Google Sheet? I used to have, like, imagine the size of this, but this would say Tradify, this would say MyFirm Futures, this would say Topstep. I would have 5 accounts under each firm. I would have up to like, I don't know, 25 accounts or something. I would run them every single day. I would have backup EVOs and every single, like, I was running everything, everywhere. So, absolutely, I would be. That's gonna hit. Absolutely, I'm gonna run more. Because the more accounts you have, the more you will make as well. So what I'm gonna do here is I am going to reset these two after, but I now have 8 of these in profit, and I think that'll be it for today. Actually, I'm gonna reset these. I don't know. I guess I'm not gonna trade it on stream. Yeah, I guess I'm not gonna trade, off stream, because I want to keep everything on stream. So even despite me having blown these out, I'm probably gonna just maybe I'll even reset them tomorrow, to be honest. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Maybe I'll leave it like this. Yeah, I might just do that, and then I continue this tomorrow. That way everything I do is on stream. But if I wasn't on stream, I would just keep doing this. I would probably even buy more accounts, and I'd buy more accounts on other firms as well. So but that's about it. Someone is starting with a 5k profit. What future planning do you say? Again, this is just my experiment. And I'm not sure about the 5k profit. What do you mean by that? Like a planned 5k or 5k balance to spend on. It matters a lot, and it's not. I can't really recommend anything. I can only say what I personally do. Yeah, but Terry, you need to be organized, because the winning days you'll just get confused with that many accounts. You need to know when you can take a payout and everything. And I'm telling you, the many periods I've had days or weeks when I had a daily payout 2.5 weeks in a row, every single day, some one payout or a few payouts every single day. That is the real daily payout option, really, running many accounts. What do you call real trading? Rather complex analysis which makes sense but doesn't make money. I'd go, yeah, Cointos that makes money. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what you call this, but I guess real trading is just you trying to actually wait for a perfect opportunity where you think you have an edge, I guess. But it's semantics, it doesn't really matter. Ike is also getting a lot of hate. Yeah, but Ike is actually trading for real. Yeah, just because he's trading like negative RR, he's trading. Now, I don't know if I could trade personal, but he can trade prop firms with his negative RR. Absolutely. And he is a real trader. Just because he's negative RR doesn't mean he... Because, bro, look, negative, like, win rate and risk reward is just inverse. The higher win rate, the lesser your risk reward, most likely. And the higher risk reward, the lesser your win rate. So, but if you had to start with one account with small buffer, how would you do it actually? I mean, I would do the same thing as here, but just with one account. Or do you mean like actual trading? I mean, it's difficult for me to say that I wouldn't be just going aggressive with it, because I know the math favors being aggressive. If I were trading a live account, then I would take much less trades. I would take like 2 trades a week, probably. Because I have a system for it as well. But that's when I'm trading a live account. So. And my vision has got so bad, I can't even see the screen anymore without glasses. I had another pair of glasses as well, but I lost them during the weekend. Ike has a trading edge, yeah. At least in prop firms. I don't know how good he is in a personal. It's a big difference, I think, at least. Market this round, there's no perfect opportunity because even the most opportunity. Yeah, and the thing is, if there's money to make, why not make him? Like, you worry about, but these firms, they will restrict you from resetting a certain time of times during the day, or they will change something. Probably, and then they will do that, but that's whenever they do it. Like, why worry about it right now? Okay, you're not trying to do this for life. You're trying to make cash now, because guess what? The more money you have, the easier it gets to make money as well, right? So if you make a lot of money now, then it's gonna be easier for you to make money later. Let's say this is not real trading. Let's call this not real trading, right? If you make a lot of money doing this, then you have more money to spend real trading later when you're trying to trade for real. So I don't really understand why you wouldn't do it. But again, I'm not recommending anyone to do it. Just showing what I do. And showing that anyone can do it. That's very important. How long does it take to flip the money on average for you? I mean, look, Tradify is slow with the 3-day pass. Very slow. I prefer the 2-day plans, like My Funny Futures and stuff. They're much quicker, especially with instant activation. It's literally like take a trade in like late PM, say today for example. Then Globex, you take another trade, you pass, activate it, and you're full porting it. So in a few hours you have gone from 0 account to like a buffer clear pretty much. It's super nice. So it doesn't take, then it's 4 days after that, so technically you can do that almost in a week. So yeah. Alright, but guys, I've been here for 2 hours now. I'll be on here tomorrow as well. So I know a lot of people are just now turning up, but I'll be here tomorrow as well. Fortunately, for me, it's a good time. For many others, it's like in the middle of the night. So it's not that great for you, right? But again, I will do this anyway, be it offline or online. So I'll probably be here tomorrow as well. And Bear Trader, hello. But yeah, I will update the sheet. I might even have to put some receipts here so I can prove that all of this is correct as well. and then I'll just continue on these tomorrow. I'm not gonna trade anything off stream on these. I'm not gonna touch even. I'm not even gonna reset this. I'm gonna reset them tomorrow. So that's it. Thank you, Fundergard, for showing up, and thank you everyone. Wafa, Adam, Feed, Satish, Terry, even Terry's here. Anna, of course, and everyone else as well. Smoke Trades, Mythic, Funder Shubham, everyone in the chat. And yeah, I hope to see many of you tomorrow as well. Mind the day, of course. And yeah, let's do this. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them at no cost. So, and I'll see you, most of you, in the My Funny Future stream as well. And if not, then hopefully tomorrow, or maybe chatting somewhere on social media. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm genuinely so appreciative of everyone that shows up. Thank you so much. Cheesy Balls, what is that? Sylvia, Guzan, Van Alvan, Frequency, of course. All of you. Thank you so much. All right, I'll talk to you later.